Um, I'm doing a video and I'm trying some commentary on this video because I've been wanting to, and, um, you know. But, so today I am drawing one of my original characters, with a Pokemon. With a Ghastly. Admittedly, I don't know very much about Pokemon, but I am learning. I have been playing Pokemon Go recently. I played it like a lot today. A lot. I will say that I actually have never played a Pokemon game besides Pokemon Go. I don't know why. It just never came up in my life. And it would totally have been something that I would have loved as a child, you know? Because I was like obsessed with Lilo and Stitch and like all the experiments in Lilo and Stitch, which they probably just got that idea from Pokemon in the first place. So it's like, you know, actually, like, when I was younger, you know how like in DVD cases, they would give you like a little poster or something to go with that DVD? They actually gave a little list of some of the experiments that are in the Lilo and Stitch universe, cinematic universe. And I loved it so much that it eventually ripped. And I got so upset about it that my parents took me to a store and we got it laminated. And so it's eternally somewhere in my storage as a, yeah, anyway. So I would have totally loved, been obsessed with Pokemon as a child, but it was never, I don't know, never in my vicinity or in my zone. A lot of things like that weren't in my zone. But I definitely, I want to try to like it. Like I want to learn about the Pokemon and stuff, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing this, is trying to figure out which Pokemon, you know, match the personalities or are compatible with my own OCs. So Ghastly wasn't my first choice for this character, actually. I just thought that it looked really cool in the whole composition of the image. It's still recording. Okay, just making sure. The Ghastly looked really good with the whole composition of the image. And I wanted to do Hypno, and I think I will do Hypno. Like, not now, but like I'll do it. Because I feel like they really fit. You know, I really like those posts when people draw like characters or their OCs with several Pokemon, and I was gonna do that, but I think I got a little bit impatient for that, so I'll probably redo something like that and pick some Pokemon that fit this buddy. I know, so I know Hypno for sure, because Hypno's like a fucking creep. In a pleasant way, maybe. I mean, not entirely pleasant, but in a pleasant way. Then something of a Gengar. Creepy smile things. I know there's a boy I was talking about with my friend earlier today, and he's like, the soul of a dead child put into a teddy bear. I forgot his name right now, but it's one good boy. I like that one. And then have other characters that I'd like to figure out what Pokemon they would fit. I don't know, stuff like that's fun, you know? It's like fun figuring out what Zodiac your character would be, even though Zodiacs are fake. That's not a real thing. I mean, it's real, but it's like, you know, a scam, I guess. I mean, I guess it feels like a scam to me. What do they want from me? Like, you read the zodiac, right? You read, like, it's like, oh, your horoscope for the day, your daily horoscope, and you go read it, and it's like, okay, I'm reading the Leo section. It says, like, oh, you know, you're having a hard time now, but you'll get through it, buddy. And it's like, I appreciate the motivation, and I appreciate you trying to make me feel better and feel like I have a purpose in this world. But I go to, like, Libra, or go to Taurus, or whatever the fuck, and I read that, and it could easily apply to me as well. You know, they make them so ambiguous to... You know what I mean. They make them so ambiguous where anyone can apply to them. And I think they're cool. I don't, like, hate the fact that I'm a Leo or anything. Like, I'm about it. I'm like, oh, cool, lions. And I like lions. Not just because, I mean, but one of the reasons being because I associate them with being, you know, with me being a Leo, and I think that's pretty cool. Like, hell yeah, lions. King of the whatever, right? But, I don't know. Like, on one hand, it's like, oh, they're just providing, like, motivation to people, you know, but on the other hand, they, like, sometimes people make money that way. But I guess some people just do believe in that type of thing, and I guess there's nothing wrong with that. It's a big gray area. Anyway, I don't know. That kind of came out of nowhere. What else do I talk about for the duration of this video? Because I kind of just decided to sit down and record some commentary and just figure out what would happen as it went on, you know? I kind of like how the colors turned out in this here drawing. Oh, actually, I'll talk about the line art first because that's currently what I'm doing in this video at this specific point in time. So I usually most of my life, for lately, I'd been using the brush pen on SAI, Paint Tool Sai, and just using it like a really thin brush pen for outlining. And I really liked how it looked with like it's straight. It's like really consistent and straight and nice. But I've figured that it kind of does this thing where the lines aren't like completely solid. It's like sort of somewhat transparent, or there's areas where you can actually see through it. And if I wanted to draw in thicker lines, it wouldn't look good because you would see the color, the jagged lines of the color block, I guess, through the line art, and sometimes it just, I'm sure it didn't, like, nobody really noticed, but it just felt wrong to me, and I could never color correctly, or feel like I was coloring right. So, because for a while I'd been using the pen tool, and the pen tool's nice and all, I just didn't like how the touch was. Like, it wasn't just, like, consistent. It's like, you know what I mean? It's, like, sketchy. Because some of it is, like, thicker than when you start and when you end. And I like that sometimes, but I just don't want my whole life to be taken over by this thick and thin brush tool type thing. But I feel like I got the lines pretty consistent. I'm still trying. I don't think I'm gonna do the pen tool forever. I'm gonna definitely try to, you know, I mean, I wouldn't do it forever anyway. I'm wanting to try some thinner lines though, which I feel like might look good with the pen tool just because I feel like it will. And like super thin lines, like almost that you can barely see them. Because a lot of people do that, and I kind of like the look of it, and I want to try it and see if I like it. Because I don't know what I like. Because to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not 100% satisfied with this drawing. I think it's just because of how I've been feeling like I haven't been doing much with my art lately, and I actually did try to do this. I kind of like the expression, or kind of like the hair, whatever, or the line or the hair. But once I went past the line art, I think I need to work on my coloring a bit. I like shading, and I like using weird colors to shade and things like that, but I don't know, I think I need to figure out what exactly I want to accomplish with my shading, because it's like sort of self-shading, but then I use the marker tool so it sort of blends in with the color, like not entirely, just like sort of, and then sometimes I use like the blur tool just so it isn't so like sharp and obvious that that's shading. Does that make sense? I kind of want that like painter style, which I should try like using. I want to be able to apply that painter style into like my art. I probably should just try using the brush tool, but I think I need to practice like knowing what type of colors I should use, because if I just have like a pink and I just use different, like one variation of a pink with the brush tool, it's not gonna look like I painted it. I need to be able to give it values and have it make sense. But painting is fucking difficult on digital for me. I don't really get it. I mean, I'm sure it'll click with me like at a certain point, but I don't know, dude. It's kind of I don't know, it's a lot of pushing things around, and I get it. That's how painting works. That's how painting works. I just never know what brushes to use and like what things to do. I don't know what to do. It's so frustrating. But I'll figure it out. I'll get there. I just want to find that one brush that I'm comfortable with using, and then be like, okay, now I can experiment. Because I feel like it's difficult to experiment with other things when you don't even have like that one go-to thing, that one thing that you actually want to use or somewhat consistently, or preferably. Making a fucking circle without a circle tool is such a pain in my ass. I tried really hard. I was like, okay, I gotta keep reversing it. See if it looks like a fucking circle. I think he does. I think he turned out kind of cute. He's got like that I'm about to crack at any moment look to him. Like, don't mess with me, punk. I'll fucking explode. You know? I don't know what else to talk about. Let's see. What am I listening to? I'm listening to some music. I'm listening to some strange music lately. I mean, I typically listen to, like, indie rap, but I haven't really been doing that as much. I've been listening to, I'm clicking. That's me clicking, looking through some of my music to recommend or tell you what I'm listening to. Alec Benjamin, has some, like, interesting stories in his songs. I like his Boy in the Bubble song, his, Let Me Down Slowly song, very good. And I was just listening to some Infected Mushrooms, in the car with a buddy of mine, and Infected Mushrooms. I haven't, like, been back to their Spotify page in a while. They've actually been releasing some consistent music for a while. Like, this skipped 2016, but ever since fucking, damn, they released, like, 3 albums in 2015. Crazy. But they have some newer music, and it sounds pretty cool. It's like, if you haven't heard of them, they're essentially, like, they're electro, but sort of housey. But, like, if you don't like house and you don't like that fake bass drop thing, just, like, keep at it, because, it'll drop, and it'll be very satisfying. It, like, works up to it a lot more. But fucking, goddamn, fucking Watsky, he has his new tour that he just announced a bit ago on Instagram, and Watsky is, like, an indie rap artist, if you don't know, and he's really great, and I've been waiting for him to come to Vegas, because that's just how I want to fucking live my life, and he hasn't been to Vegas in his past tours, like at least since I've been into him. His last couple tours, he hasn't come to Vegas, and he was like, "Oh, you know what cities do you guys want me to come to?" And everyone's like, "Fucking Phoenix." I'm like, "Fuck, that's like 4 hours away. I can't do that." And like nobody said Vegas, so now he's not gonna come to. He released his tour dates or his tour locations, and he's not coming to Vegas, and it blows. I mean, I can still enjoy his new album that's coming out in January anyway, which is, I'm excited for it. He said it's like a personal album or whatever, so that's gonna be cool. I wish I would have been able to catch his X Infinity tour though, dude. That was so sick. But his Welcome to the Family tour, I think it was pretty brief. It wasn't. I don't think it was too long. He just hit. They always hit LA. They always hit like fucking 5 different places in California, and they never go to Vegas. Which I get, I guess. I get it. I just don't like it. Same with Andrew WK. He was in LA recently, and I was like, fuck, man. Like, I'm so tempted just to drive 5 hours to get there. And, you know, because the tickets are so cheap. It's like, why the fuck not? I don't know. Maybe someday I'll get there. Okay. Out of things to talk about again. Come on. Just need one little stretch. One little stretch of things to talk about. In this here drawing that I'm doing, I've been messing around a lot with how I want to portray, like, I don't even know, I don't think I have a consistent style, which I've talked about before, and I'm fine, I'm at peace with it, I'm fine with it, though I would like to be able to have, like, a thing I could be like, oh, I want this to look this way, and keep it consistent, because it's difficult to want to do a comic or want to make comics, so then not have a thing you can stick to consistently. It's a little difficult. I mean, not that it's important to keep your style the same in a comic over the course of, like, years, because people evolve and get better and change as artists, but, like, you gotta, question mark, have some level of consistency? I guess you don't have to, but it would be really weird if I just started off a comic and then each panel has, like, or each panel or page has, like, a different way that I drew that character. It could just be inconsistent and people might get irritated with it. I don't know. And I should care about that because I want people to read it. But also, I don't want to care about it. So I guess I won't. I'll just figure it out on my own. Maybe. Probably still worry about it. But it'll be fine. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now. Thank you for watching this video. Me talking about pretty much nothing the whole time. I talked for a while. I'm gonna have to cut some of this out. Fuck. Anyway, have a good day. Thanks for watching. Bye.